Welcome back everybody to a very special video. Today we're doing a tier list, okay? So I've done tier lists in the past. My channel's not new to tier list, but I wanted to do a tier list to cover all of the DC next level titles that have been released from DC Comics so far. Before Doom Patrol comes out, before Legion of Superheroes comes out, I want to do a tier list just covering everything released so far. So just to give you guys the breakdown, of course, we have Batwoman, we've got Deathstroke the Terminator, Lobo, he got his own series. We have Firestorm, Fury the Firestorm. We have Jamal Campbell's Zatanna series. We have the Deadman. We have Gordon Breakout. And then later on, of course, we'll be adding Legion of Superheroes and Doom Patrol to the tier list. But let's start off with what we have so far. I'm thinking, right, you got to start with Batwoman. I think that Batwoman right now is a single issue series for me. It's in the A tier. So I wouldn't say it's just you must pull single issue comic books. To me, the Batwoman series is more for fans of Greg Rucka. It's for fans of the Batwoman elegy stuff, not necessarily a series that you can just jump onto without having read any of Greg Rucka's past Batwoman content. I feel like you might be getting a little lost. You might not have the best time reading it. So I'm going to put the Batwoman, I'm enjoying it, so it's going in the A tier. It's just kind of a harder recommend. It's not going in that S tier. I don't think that every single person should be picking it up. Let's talk about the Deathstroke series, okay? So Deathstroke, when this was coming out, of course, we have Tony Fleece and Carmine John Domenico. There was a lot of hype behind this series. Everybody's a big Deathstroke fan, except for me, okay? So while picking up this series, reading issues number 1 through 3, I found that I'm just not really a Deathstroke guy. Unfortunately, that means I'm gonna put this one in the C tier, okay? So it's a character that just doesn't work for me just at all. Like, there's nothing really interesting about him. The scenario that he's in the series, someone's like going after all his money. They killed his best buddy of all time that I didn't even know, right? So just someone who hasn't read a lot of past Deathstroke material. This one didn't really hit for me. The most interesting part was the artwork from John Domenico. Big fan of his art style, and it was cool seeing him be a little bit more like tuned up at times, right? So a little bit cleaner of a look. I kind of like his more messier style, but it was cool seeing him kind of balance the two. I really like the art style, right? But not a big fan of the character, and the scenario is all right. So that one to me, going in that C tier. Let's give Lobo, okay? Same kind of feelings about Lobo as I have with the Deathstroke character, but I will say the artwork and the scenario were working for me a little bit more. Let's put Lobo in the B tier. That's something that I don't need in single issues necessarily. I think I could get by reading it digitally through DC Universe Infinite. Of course, we have Jorge Corona on the art. We got Scotty Young on the writing. In theory, that's like a pair that should just be doing magic together. I'm just not a Lobo guy, right? But I think that it being so wacky, it having that Scotty Young kind of humor to it, and the excellent artwork from Jorge Corona, it's just that space wacky, sci-fi weirdness that I really, really enjoy from the DC Universe. So seeing that corner of it is really cool in the Lobo series. I'm just not a Lobo guy. It's just that character is not really doing it for me, but it's a series that I plan on reading digitally, of course, just not picking up in single issues. Let's talk about Fury of the Firestorm, okay? So Jeff Lemire coming in, he's writing this one, artworks from Rafael de la Torre. I would say for me that this Fury of the Firestorm series is probably the biggest surprise out of all of DC Next Level. I really was blown away by issue 1. Issue 2 set the scenario, gave it some more emotional stakes, as well as introducing us to, better understanding the Firestorm character, giving us the backstory and kind of what led him to being the Firestorm. Perfect series for those that haven't read the Firestorm character at all, like me. But I feel like if you have read Firestorm before, you would find a lot to enjoy from Jeff Lemire's interpretation of the character. So for me, I'm going to say that this one's a must-pull series, even though it's a mini-series, okay? So I think it's right now at like the 8 or 9 issue solicited mark, so it's not really an ongoing like at all, right? And it's a little bit disappointing in that regard, but just in terms of being a really great representation for the character, Jeff Lemire just really locked in with Rafael de la Torre on the excellent artwork. I'm going to say that's an S tier book, and that's a must pull out of DC Comics for me. It's like a top 10 ongoing series or a top 10 release from DC Comics right now on stands. Let's talk about Zatanna, okay? This one's interesting for me. I would put it in the S tier, right? But again, I don't know if I can recommend it to just anyone. I can't recommend it to just everybody. It's a little bit of a harder read. Jamal Campbell's artwork is a little bit messy at times. It's kind of like the visual clarity isn't there 100%, but you got to give it to Jamal Campbell doing the writing as well, doing the great paneling work. So it's always interesting to look at. I guess I would just say that maybe the scenario isn't so there for me right now. It's Zatanna being the prime magus, I believe it's called. And so she's going around the magic community trying to help people out wherever she can. Interesting concept. I guess I'm just kind of waiting to see it get more set in stone as the issues go on. So right now, it's an A tier book. I'm picking it up in singles. I'm enjoying it. It could move to S tier at some point, but right now I'm going to keep it at that A tier. It's not as good and easiest to recommend as the Fury of the Firestorm series, right? So that's why that one's in the S tier and Zatanna's in the A tier. Let's talk about Deadman. Very, very interesting Deadman series written by W. Maxwell Prince. We got the great artwork from the Ice Cream Man team, of course. They're all coming in, rejoining for this Deadman series. Another mini series, right? So it's not an ongoing by any means. I'm going to say Deadman right now is kind of a must pull for me. So issue 1 was very interesting, and I'm really interested to see this new villain, right? And kind of how Boston brand Deadman kind of competes with him. Like what's going to be going on with that? I think that just the fact that you're bringing Deadman into a new light, into 2026, just a real great jumping on point for the character. A lot of the same thoughts I have for the Fury of the Firestorm series, I have for this Deadman series as well. It's just a great, number one, a great jumping on point from a real great creative team that's just locked in and in tune with each other. It's a great series so far. Maybe a little wordy at times, right? The artwork is, it's that style that it's not going to be everybody's favorite, but I think that they can get real wacky, real spiritual, and I'm really just enjoying it so far. So that's why it's in the S tier for me. Gordon Breakout. I'll be honest with you guys. I'm like not interested in this one like at all. I really like Mariko Tamaki as a writer. Let's say digital on this one, right? So I like Barbara Gordon as a character. I think the scenario is cool. The fact that it spins out of the pages of the ongoing Batman series from Matt Fraction. It's just not one that I need in single issues. I definitely wouldn't say it's an S tier, right? And it's not one that I'm going to skip. Like I plan on reading it at least digitally, so I think it's safe in that B tier. I wish I could give it that single issue upgrade into the A tier, but right now I'm feeling Barbara Gordon Breakout in that B tier. Artwork was all right, not doing anything super crazy. Again, I like Mariko Tamaki messing around in the Gotham side of things. She has experience writing these characters, just not like 100% sold on buying it in single issues or collected editions for that mean. And then just looking forward, of course, we have the Doom Patrol series. That one's going to be a must pull for me. You got Hayden Sherman on the artwork, Joshua Williamson on the writing. I'm just excited about that one. And then the Doom Patrol series, I would say right now, I'm just at a single issue level for it. It's not a must pull by any means, but I'm interested in checking it out, at least the first 3 issues, seeing how I vibe with it. It could drop into the digital only. We'll have to see. I've just not read any of the Doom Patrol, the creative team. I've not read any of their stuff, so I don't know really what to expect. But that's how my tier list is looking. What would you guys put in each different tier? I'd be curious to know down in the comments. Maybe I'll do like a follow-up video and I'll go through everybody, my audience's tiers and thoughts on DC Next Level so far. So yeah, let me know down in the comments. I'd be interested to know. And while you're down there, why don't you like? Why don't you hype? It's all very much appreciated. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.